Good afternoon, colleagues. I have been tremendously overwhelmed by the selflessness that you all have been demonstrating during this process. I've been so inspired by the way that you're choosing to do your work, the way in which you have engaged each other, the way you're building and redefining community in the midst of an unparalleled time for us as a college community. Let me tell you again, thank you. I'm so tremendously grateful to work with colleagues like yourself. And as a result of that, I'm taking time to read so many pieces of feedback that you're sharing with me. And I thought today I would share some of those observations that I've received over the last 3 days. Observations where you're sharing with me both the big and the small, how you are adapting, the concerns you have, the affirmations you have, and most importantly, just letting me know that you're there. So here's some of the ones I've heard. My first class yesterday went smoothly. However, during my second class, the audio and visual froze, and I had to leave the room and come back. Students suggested the use of BBC Ultra or Zoom to mitigate the freezing times. For both of my classes, it was students' first time using Zoom. I had to respond to emails and was trying to provide instruction at the same time. This was a challenging experience. My honors class met via Zoom, and it was a new experience. There were many laughs at various disruptions during my dog's barking, which resulted in requests to see them and lots of smiles. It was beautiful to see them all support and extend love to one another. One of my students who is blind needs a computer projector. She sent me the specs this morning, which I passed on to Disability Support Services. One of my students does not have access to a computer or an internet at home, so logging into class regularly will be very difficult for her. She says she would try to use her phone, however, that can be difficult on Blackboard. Now, I want you to know the college is working tirelessly to help those who are not connected or need connections, but also to help those who need assistance with technology skills. Here are some of the positive observations that I've received just this past week. My team has created a shout out board for our faculty, staff, and administrators to pin points of appreciation to fellow team members who have done exceptionally well to represent MC values, particularly collaboration and teamwork. We have been able to transition to in-class discussions in the virtual class while also giving our quieter students the option to still write their responses down via discussion boards. Because of the Perkins funding in previous years to support online learning, our early childhood education faculty transitioned to remote and online learning within 12 hours. I was able to send out Blackboard PowerPoint training for our ECE faculty members to use via GoToMeetings. Big thanks to Perkins, since ECE faculty and students seem to have transitioned seamlessly. I've spoken to so many of my higher ed friends over the past couple of weeks, and nothing compares to the level of transparency, care, and support for not only our students, but the faculty and staff of Montgomery College. Thank you for being so engaged, aware, and being servant leaders. This is just a note to say thank you and to tell you how proud I am to be a part of our MC community, as an alumnus and as an employee of this remarkable institution. Now, one of the most famous African-American educators in the United States, Booker T. Washington, once said, quote, "If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else." I am so proud to witness how our faculty, our staff, our students, our administrators are doing precisely this, finding opportunities and spaces and places to lift up each other, to remind us that while we may be socially distant from each other, we are actually very much connected to each other as an organization. And I hope that you don't forget that there's assistance here, that we're working hard each and every day to try to make this experience remarkable, and that it responds to what you need it to do, but more importantly, continues to advance this bold, audacious mission of community colleges. open access education to every member of our community who wants it, and to do it with excellence, to do it with rigor, and to do it with pride. I can't think of another place I'd rather be right now than working with my colleagues at Montgomery College. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for the opportunities to learn from you. And more importantly, thank you for letting us rise up. I know for sure once we get on the other side of this, we'll have some important lessons that we will have learned from all of you. I'm listening and I hear you. Thank you and be well.